Hey everybody. Hope everybody's doing well on this here Friday. June 12th, here in Columbus, we're going to be revamping the event that was canceled or postponed and make sure that everybody knows that our state house that canceled it, their attorneys that canceled it, any of the police that are involved or whatnot, that all of those folks are going to see that we do not need them for us to have an event or for us to do an event. So that's the first thing I want everybody to know, that before you, as you go into this weekend, let people know June 12th, Columbus, Ohio has a Patriot event. All right, that's the first thing. Second thing is, if you know somebody in militia, talk to them about getting their militia to declare that other militia are allowed to travel freely as militia through their state. That's the second thing. The third thing is the states that have any Patriot communities want to branch out to the states around them that touch them, in case something like this happens in their city where they're betrayed by their state house, aren't being represented by their taxes. The traders are pretty brazen, and say Antifers and BLMers is going to run on down the road, and as they're going, they're going to bust windows and everything else. Then if it's going to happen in Ohio, then if we have these agreements in place, Ohio and all the states that touch it, and anybody else that wants to, but the states that touch it have an agreement that those patriots are going to show up and help to defend the city. As militia and as patriots, we have one job, and that's, we're the kicker on the football team, man. Our job is defense. So we need to defend. And if our police won't do it, it's not a big shock that the higher ups aren't allowing them to do their jobs. We've seen the same thing with the National Guard. Now, June 12th, we look to have speakers, pretty big ones too, if we can pull it off. Marjorie Taylor Greene, hopefully, Maria Zack, maybe, and anybody else that we can get in between now and then. So this could be a big event. This could be a lot of people, a lot of a big notoriety with the speakers that we have. But this event has to happen even if there were no speakers, because what the State House has done is saying, we will not provide security for a sitting U.S. Congresswoman. We will not provide security that's already been funded by the taxpayers, for the people that are there listening to the speakers. We will not give you any representation for your wealth that you've given us for our paychecks for us to feed our families. So this event absolutely has to happen, and it has to happen right in front of their faces, where, since the police forces will not be working that day, we invite them to the event. And we invite all of them. Bexley, Dublin, Upper Arlington, Gahanna, Whitehall, Mifflin Township, Pataskala PD, every single police department, all the way up in Lima, Ohio, all the way down by Dayton, all the way over to Meigs County, all the way up into Warren. And surrounding state police departments are also invited. And we're also inviting our churches. And we're also inviting the VFWs, AMVETs, Moose Lodges. And we need your help. We need your help. You know that we don't have any money. We're moms and dads, and we're doing this by the seat of our pants. You know that we're doing this to the best of our ability, and where they've deplatformed everybody and everything else. This is the time where we really need you to go into this weekend. If you're going to be sitting at home, share the videos out from this account concerning this event. You talk to your friends. Hey, did you know that there's an event coming up in Columbus, June 12th? Yeah, this is what happened. The State House had Marjorie Taylor Greene come in and said that they wouldn't provide security. So the Patriots themselves are making their own event. They're not going to buy a permit because they don't need one anyway. They're going to provide their own security, and they're going to have speakers and everything. It's the people doing it themselves. I want to say hi to Joe Axe and the Freeman Report. What's up, guys? two gentlemen I've known for a long time. Joe, I actually get a chance to get a hold of me this weekend, brother, if you're not doing anything. So I want everybody to take those things with them, all right? Those three things. Militia, allowing militia to travel freely through their state. That's something we have to do as militia. We want to have an accord with the states that touch our state. This is everybody, no matter what state you're in. Reach out to the patriots in the states that touch yours and say, look, man, we need to come together. If if one of our cities is going to be attacked by some George Soros funded army, we need to be able to stand up and defend the city. So, you may have some states that don't have a whole lot of patriots, but if they come together, you've got a bit, and you might be able to really change hearts and minds that way. So, Columbus, Ohio, June 12th. The exact location and the time we don't know yet. I'm going to talk to Columbus police next week, and hopefully by the end of next week, maybe the middle, but hopefully by the end of next week, we'll know if Columbus Police Department will, do their job, their tax-funded job, and help us with security. If so, we'll move the event away from the State House and have it in another spot. So, Southern Indiana, love you guys out there. Really appreciate all the hard work you guys put together. And I know that you guys do a good job networking. So if you could do that for me out there, and, look, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Kentucky, West Virginia, Michigan. This is, I know that it's Ohio, but this is us, man. We're the Midwest. And now they're trying this here, and this looks like one of those situations where they've started. Okay. Did everybody see what happened in Portland yesterday? Has everybody seen this? Has everybody seen the headline where now they're doing this again, where they're stopping cars with guns and telling people that one old guy got out with his gun. They got him, attacked him from the side, beat on him, took his firearm. And they were stopping traffic saying, hey, we've shut this road down. You're no longer allowed to travel here. Well, all of this started with Governor Newsom when he came in at the State House. We've seen what happened here in Columbus, where the State House didn't just give in, right? It gave in to the whim of BLM and Antifa. The way I've heard it is that the attorneys had spoken to the detectives that had spoken to the BLM leader, and had also said that numerous websites had traffic of people talking about protesting this event because of Marjorie Taylor and all of this. And when the detective told the attorneys for the State House and the attorneys for the State Highway Patrol that there was all that web traffic with people talking about protesting, and the leader of BLM said that they were coming, and Antifers, that was when they gave the advice that there should be no police security protection and all of that. So everybody sees that for what it is, right? It's obvious. It's a setup. They want everybody to fight. They want everybody. Well, here's the deal. We're rebranding the event to let everybody know. Maybe it's not a rebranding, but it's a further explanation that we are freedom lovers, man. We're patriots. We love our country. We fight for the Constitution. We're trying to get other people to have a stronger awareness of the Constitution, because you cannot fight for nor defend what you do not know you have. We've been doing this for a while now, and watching our communities grow as media and government and corporations do their best to fight against us and have all of these agendas where they say that we're racist and hateful. Well, we're not racist. We see you pushing Americans into conflict. We see you pushing and sowing the seeds of a race war. You want everybody to hate each other. You need everybody to hate each other, because if everybody's fighting each other, you guys can be up here doing what you want and then eventually just come down with an iron fist, right? Oh, they're fighting and they're out of control. So, we got to, bring order. Well, they started the chaos. They sowed all of the seeds of hatred, and the Patriots didn't buy into it. We never bought into it. We know what's happening here. We get what's happening here. We see what's happening here. We're not just being pushed to conflict. We're being led, right into a cage to fight, and we want no part of that. We're just like every other American, right? Every other American. If drama, stupidity, conflict, something like that comes our way, we'll deal with it. We'll just like every other breathing human being. If an animal knows to defend itself, then how much more will a man, right? And so, but man, I mean, that's not what we're there for. We're there to have a good time. We're there to enjoy our country, enjoy our freedoms, enjoy our speakers, enjoy each other, have a good day, have a good time, and show the state house and show the city and the state and the nation that this will not be Seattle. This will not be Portland. This will not be Ferguson. This will not be Minnesota. All right. Even we have Governor DeWine, who is butt buddies with Ilhan Omar and Rashid Tlaib, right? And Joyce Beatty, little Miss Racist face here in the Columbus City Council. They're all buddies. They're all friends. They go to Hillary Clinton's parties. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that, look, we recognize the fact that we've been betrayed. We recognize the fact that they're going to try to set us up at our own events. We recognize it, and we just call it all out. We call it all out for what it is. Everybody sees this really, really horrible plan for what it is. Okay, BLM and Antifa's coming, and there's a lot of web traffic that protesters are going to come and try to start drama. Okay, no police. What? First of all over their website and their own documents, the State House says that it is their responsibility to protect the State House. This is because of a jurisdictional thing. Somebody confused the State Highway Patrol and told them that the State House was a highway, and they believed it. So they're like real serious about it. They're like, we have to protect this. This is our highway. And so they do. And they made it clear that it's their responsibility, to protect it and, keep it orderly and civil. Well, as you can see, right, all rules and laws and regulations and statutes and codes and ordinances, these are all arbitrary when you're in a position of power, right? You and I can't do that. Like, oh, those are the rules. Okay, well, then we're just going to change the rules for us. We're just, we're said that this is our responsibility, but right now it's not, just because we don't want it to be, because attorneys said so, right? They keep proving the Patriots right. They keep proving the constitutionalists to be correct. Every single time they violate their own tenets, their own rules that they put in place, we're responsible. It's us. You leave it alone. We protect this place. Except when it's BLM and Antifa and Patriots are trying to put on an event. I mean, come on. This fits the exact same narrative and the exact same agenda that's happening all through the U.S. and all through Europe and all through the world. Anti-white, anti-Christian. You're trying to. These folks are trying to find all of the hot buttons, right? Okay, let's do this anti-white thing. And the people that are pushing it are white. They're as white as the undriven snow, But they couldn't care less. What the hell do they care if we all beat the crap out of each other? They don't care. It doesn't matter to them. That's what they need. They need us to fight. And again, the Patriots have not bought into this. We see it for what it is all day, every day. These people are scotch taped to us, and it's just not going to work. We dictate our own events, and we're responsible for our own events. And so when we show up somewhere, the ground is cleaner than how we found it, right? As long as they have our trash cans in place and everything, we're not messy people. We clean up, we're respectful, we're nice. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this about the Patriot community. And it's not a secret that BLM and Antifa in Portland yesterday pulling guns on people, telling them you're not allowed to drive. In a free country, you're just not allowed to drive down here. And then they complain about police abuse, right? But then when this guy goes out of the truck to defend himself, they beat the crap out of him, knee on his neck, kicking him while he's down, beating on him, So what happened there, right? You didn't like police when they were beating on people, but it's okay for you to do it, right? Brown coats. You want to call everybody else a Nazi, but you steal their tactics. Again, scotch tape to the Patriots, man. We see all these losers for what they are. We love calling them out for being these socialist tools that they've chosen to be, and they don't care. They just don't care. They don't think for themselves. They have no discernment, and they've tried their best to make sure that the lesser parts of our society are parts of their group. The most easily led, the weakest among us. And that's okay. I'm going to take every construction worker, every church member, every veteran. I'm going to bring them downtown with me. All the militia, all the Patriots, all the Oath Keepers, all the Proud Boys, all the VFWs and AMVETs and Moose Lodges, all the police stations. We absolutely have every right to have an event and celebrate in our nation. And we also have a right to not hate the people that everybody wants us to hate. We don't hate brown people. We don't hate black people. We don't hate white people. We don't hate Jewish people. We don't hate Christians. We don't hate cops. We don't hate janitors. We're just not haters, man. We're just not haters. Yeah, I know the whole world wants us to be haters. They want us to hate somebody somewhere for some reason or maybe no reason at all. And the fact is we never bought into your stupidity. We couldn't care less about what other people think. We are very focused and driven in our direction, where for the people that are meant to, they're going to be awoken by the things that we say. They'll be, it's that almost like a spiritual awakening that once you're awakened to the truth, you cannot go back to sleep. And it is exactly like berates patriots. Why would we stick around? Why would we stick around and continue to be berated and chastised and lied about and defamed? Why would we do that? Unless we had a firm standing on the truth, a foundational truth, a principle and character of truth that says we know what's right, we know what's moral. Now, you may have a different moral compass, right? You may be worshiping Satan while you're eating cereal. I have no idea. But for us, and where we are, we've adhered to the Protestant principles and the 23 scriptural references inside of our founding documents that solidify this being a Christian nation. That doesn't mean that all of us are Christians. It means that we've adhered to the Protestant principles that the nation was founded on. The majority of us are believers. But there's some that aren't. And you know what? They have every right to stand with us. They have every right to be there to voice their opinions. We are the only group out here fighting for everybody's rights. We are actually fighting for the rights of BLM and Antifa to hate us. Can you imagine? Can you even try to fathom these folks fighting for the rights of anyone else at any time, let alone somebody who doesn't like them? They're not wired that way. They do not understand this nation, the nation that gave them birth. They cannot comprehend and wrap around their brain the principles of actual freedom, where you don't go and tell people you can't drive down this road and you hold them at gunpoint. Do they not remember the last time that happened in their city? The kid was on camera saying, the people that, don't like us and don't like what we're doing, they're too much of a weakling, for other words, to face us or say anything about it. And it was 12 seconds after he said that, he was shot dead. These folks will not learn. They're incapable of learning, right? If they were capable of rational, logical, reasonable thought, they would have exhibited some of those signs by now, but they've continued to perpetuate the same communist, socialist, fascist behavior that has put half of a million people, I'm sorry, in an early grave, just in between, World War I to World War II. The same ideology that people ran away from. And where did they run to get away from it? Here. So we're also inviting folks that are, say first generation, second generation, from Cuba, from anywhere in the world where you in your family really know what it is to escape the horrors of socialism, communism, fascism, oligarchies, where it looks like government is controlling all of the media, and they've taken over everything. We want you there and we need you there because you need to tell these Americans the truth. They need to be able to look you in your eye when you tell them. And if you know somebody in that situation, please send them this video. If you can find anybody in that situation, send them this video. If there's a Facebook page for folks, first generation Cubans, something like that. I have no idea. I'm not on Facebook anymore. You can't even type in my name to make an account without Facebook freaking out. So, anything that you can find on any social media platform to let these folks know they have a place to stand and they have people to stand with, to express the greatness of this country, to show you can't do this in other countries. There is no freedom of speech. You can't do this in other countries. There is no freedom to protest. There is no freedom of assembly. Sure as hell, there's no Second Amendment right, no Second Amendment freedom, free to bear arms. These things exist uniquely here. This is why we fight. This is why we stand. The reasons are obvious. Their attacks on us are infantile and childish, and therefore rendering themselves ineffective. So here we are in this situation where Columbus, Ohio, June 12th, we will be providing our own security, showing the government, the police, and everybody, that we can have an event where we back the blue. We can have an event where we bring all the patriots that have been chastised. Aren't you guys as patriots tired of being berated? Don't you want to stand and be around your own people? Every shade of human, all of them. What if we get Maria Zack, who has international intelligence service agencies coming after her constantly, where she's had to be put in a safe, undisclosed area? What if we have her come to Columbus? Wouldn't that be insane? Go to Nations in Action if you want to check out who Maria Zack is. You're going to be blown away. You're going to be blown away. That's right, the Free Men Report. Race plays no role in being a good person, dude. Either you're a good person or you're not. And it just so happens you're going to show up in whatever color of human God decided to make you be born in, that you had no choice in, therefore probably shouldn't be taking a whole lot of pride in, pride being one of the 7 deadly sins. Just it doesn't make sense, So there we are. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Those are the things that I want you to take with you this weekend. Hey, did you guys know there's a Patriot event coming up in Columbus, Ohio, June 12th? Yeah, man, they put it on themselves. The State House has turned their back. They've disallowed the police to be part. They've disallowed the police to be part of it in an official capacity. So they invited the police to be there in T-shirt and jeans. Tell people about what we're doing here. Ask them if they want to come. Ask them if they want to be part. And we have a lot of different groups, man. Check out the Free Men Report there. Check out Jack Dugan's Lament on Telegram. Mass Facts on Facebook or Telegram. We got a lot of different groups, got a lot of different initiatives going on right now, and this event for me is obviously the biggest one. So I appreciate your guys' help. It's about to get real. What up, bro? Appreciate everybody being here. Enjoy your weekend. Share this out. Have a good time. Be safe. Talk about Columbus. Let people know what's going on. We appreciate it. We will not let them have the Midwest. We will not let them have the Midwest. Mark Van Gordon, how are you, sir? If they want the Midwest, They'll have to come through us to get it. And we defy them to try and do so. I don't think they know how many of us there are. I do not believe that's something they want to try. But we'll be there in case they change their minds. So appreciate you guys being here, man. Have a good one.